So they've touched down in Kumasi, confirmed. The Black Stars are in Kumasi and they'll be heading straight to their hotel before heading to the Barbara Sports Stadium. And then that's the captain of the side, that's Thomas Partey over there. You can see a bit of a serious face from the captain. Looks like he means business on this Tuesday afternoon, even before the game takes place on Thursday evening at the Barbara Sports Stadium. So that's the arrival of the Black Stars, and we'll be hoping to speak to Henry Asante Chum, that's the comms director of the Ghana Football Association. That's if circumstances and all the conditions are being met, that we would just get to talk to Henry Asante Chum. We've spoken to Neil Armstrong Mortagbe, PR, head of PR and strategy for the Ghana Football Association, and the players have boarded the bus currently, and I have with me another fan who also seems a bit excited. So good afternoon.
Good afternoon, boss.
How's the feeling like seeing these players just get on the bus, the Black Stars players?
We can see positivities around, looking at the euphoria from their supporters and even the euphoria from the footballers or the players. We can see there are certain positivities we can learn from here.
But how long did you have to wait before seeing them?
I think I just came here and saw them, so I didn't wait enough.
All right, so that's also the arrival of the head coach himself. We, spoke to him in Takwa 2 days ago. That's on Saturday during the Champion of Champions between league winners Samatex and then the FA Cup champions in Swat Sherman. And hours later, we heard of an unfortunate news, but he is okay. And so, like I mentioned, we have Henry Asante Chum, and we'll be speaking to Henry in a bit. All right, so Henry Asante is here, and let's get to talk to him.
I think we are on time, just around this time. And I will do Kumasi. Training, first training was Baba Yarago Pamaso. 4:30. I'm the coach is not per se. First 30 minutes or so, no more behind closed doors, because they had only 10 players in training. And then Omonya Nipadodo almost started on drills as quickly as possible. Now after the first 30 minutes, Omama Beshade for Abba inside Abeshe. And then of course the media will have the chance to cover the training. Echna, we will train later in the evening, because I was at Angola for no training at the kick-off time, which is 4 p.m. In Angola, we training 4 p.m. Yeah, we training 5:30 p.m. Tentatively, match commissioner is here. You may propose idea to on say Angola media engagement with coach will be at 3:30, and I hear the 5 p.m. and then they will train at 4 p.m. and then we will train at 5:30. Now for Yawadano, the Akensi so at 4 p.m., which is what has been approved by CAF.
Okay. Jonas Ajetebe replaced the injured Jiku. Apart from Jiku, I want to make Jonas replace no by.
At the moment, we have 22 players. 2 absentees are my Jordan and Elisha. Ombawa be do Accra and Adri. Now Oma join here and Waha Echanapa. But aside 2 players here and Kaifoni now.
Okay, against Angola, we been here the support from the fans. Their message now at the moment.
Well, very important. Over the years, Kumasi, Mai, Asante Mai, Ede Omo, Ahodini Omo, Susum eta team nechi. And we don't think this time it was a Inti Ebeshe Ghana Mai say Ebribia Eba, Ahodini Omo de eta team nechi. Mostly when the boys are in camp, Omo Kanwasem. We will not take it for granted. We've never taken it for granted. We appreciate that support. Inti Ebeshe say Omo Ebeba. Ede Omo de ni Omo Susuma beta ye China AFCON qualifiers no Yasha say on a good note. Angola are a very good team, and we almost send them on delegation list about 75 or so, and a free Angola Eba, and they are coming from Angola straight to Kumasi on a charter. Inti Omo area da so say Omo epese Omo ehaye e wo, but I think we have a very good record, even when no we had you hear points no so badly. Mekai they are in Yakishe go. the spirit of Kumasi evoked, and we were able to win by 1-0. Inti, we are very much aware of their quality, but we think we are also ready for the game.
The pitch, the issue they be discussing.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen it, so I can't talk much. But from the pictures and from reports, I know Ejuma kakra oho. But John Pinto was here for a number of days. He sent his report to his boss and ran a meeting. The coach is still concerned, but he wants to see it. Training. Hope no matter what it is, no matter the condition, the situation, the boys will adapt quickly and prepare for the game.
Is that true? 10 players were only around yesterday for the training in Accra. Some had to join in the evening. With 48 hours to go, would fitness be a concern to Coach Otuado ahead of the game?
It's like that everywhere. We are not an exception. When the season starts, you do not have the luxury of time to get your players to come for 1 week, to come for 2 weeks. The same thing is going to happen to Angola or all the other national teams. This morning when I saw Joseph Pintel, I felt for him because he connected about 4 flights before getting to Accra. But it is what it is. It's part of their job. Sometimes even in Europe they travel far distance to play matches. That sometimes they sit on coaches, whether it is a real coach, whether it's a bus coach. They travel for long distance before they play their matches. So I do not want to use that as an excuse. I think these are professionals who are well exposed. Yesterday 10 players trained, like you said. Later in the evening we had about 7 of them arriving, and then I think Lawrence Atizigi, Joseph Pintel and co also arrived this morning, and then we're expecting Jordan and Elisha later tomorrow. So our first training in Kumasi today will be very intense, and then we will relax things a bit tomorrow and go into the game on Thursday.
But the head coach, what's his state now after what happened over the weekend, and how did the players also react to that? Is everything okay in camp, especially with the head coach?
Health condition wise, I think he's fine. He only complained of has some pains around his eye nerves, so the doctors recommended a special spectacle for him to put on, which he's wearing, and he's been wearing since this morning. Aside that, everything is okay. Thank you.
All right, so we just spoke to the communications director of the Ghana Football Association, and that's Henry Asante-Chum we spoke to, and he's giving us, the itinerary ahead in